Dr. Elena Martinez sat at her cluttered desk, the dim light from her desk lamp casting long shadows across her lab. An expert in quantum physics and a renowned researcher in the field of temporal communication, she was accustomed to late nights filled with equations and hypotheses. But tonight was different. As she sipped her cold coffee, a strange, encrypted message appeared on her screen. Its origin unknown. Warning, catastrophe imminent. 72 hours. Decode coordinates. Intrigued and alarmed, Elena's heart raced. She quickly deciphered the coordinates, which pointed to a remote village in the Andes. Little did she know, this was the beginning of a journey that would intertwine science, folklore, and the fate of humanity. Elena boarded the plane, her mind swirling with possibilities. How did the message reach her? Who sent it? Upon arriving in the Andes, she was greeted by the village's elder, a wise woman named Abuela Luz. Abuela Luz revealed a local legend about the echoes of time, ancient spirits who communicated with chosen individuals to avert disasters. She believed Elena was chosen due to her scientific prowess. Despite her skepticism, Elena listened intently, noting every detail. As they trekked through the mountains, Abuela Luz recounted tales of past disasters averted by listening to these echoes. They reached an ancient stone structure, where Elena's equipment detected unusual quantum fluctuations. Her readings confirmed that the location was a temporal nexus point, validating the elder's folklore. Elena set up her instruments, capturing more messages from the future. She translated the data. A landslide would devastate the village in 48 hours. Using her knowledge of geology and engineering, she led the villagers in reinforcing the mountainside, narrowly preventing the catastrophe. Back in her lab, Elena received a second message. This time, it warned of a massive solar flare that would disrupt global communications and power grids. The coordinates led her to an ancient observatory in Egypt, partnering with Dr. Amir Hassan, an expert in archaeoastronomy. Elena discovered that the observatory had been used by ancient Egyptians to predict solar activity. Combining their knowledge, they decoded ancient hieroglyphs that described similar events. Elena utilized modern technology to track the impending solar flare, while Amir delved into ancient texts for solutions. They found references to a ritual invoking Ra, the sun god, to protect the earth. Skeptical but desperate, they performed the ritual at the precise moment, symbolically merging science with tradition. To their astonishment, the solar flare's intensity diminished, sparing the world from chaos. Elena and Amir published their findings, bridging the gap between ancient wisdom and modern science. The next message directed Elena to the Arctic Circle, where an unprecedented ice melt threatened to raise sea levels catastrophically. Collaborating with Dr. Ivan Petrov, a climatologist, she embarked on an expedition to study the phenomenon. They discovered that ancient Inuit folklore spoke of ice guardians, spirits who maintained the balance of nature. The messages from the future included data on specific ice formations that were crucial to this balance. Elena and Ivan devised a plan to use advanced cooling technologies to stabilize the melting ice. Meanwhile, they engaged with local Inuit communities, learning their traditions and incorporating their practices into the solution. Their combined efforts resulted in a temporary stabilization of the ice melt. The scientific community hailed their work as groundbreaking. Yet Elena knew the real heroes were the ancient traditions that guided them. Elena's latest message was the most chilling yet. A new pandemic was set to emerge, more deadly than anything seen before. The coordinates led her to an ancient temple in India, where she met Dr. Priya Patel, a virologist. The temple's inscriptions hinted at a past plague that was mitigated by a mysterious herb, revered in local folklore. Elena and Priya scoured the region, eventually identifying the herb, which contained potent antiviral properties. They synthesized a preliminary vaccine, distributing it in the affected areas just as the outbreak began. The herb's properties, combined with modern medicine, halted the virus's spread. The scientific breakthrough was celebrated globally, Yet it was the fusion of ancient knowledge and contemporary science that made it possible. The final message warned of a global energy crisis, with the coordinates pointing to a remote monastery in Tibet. Elena met Lama Tenzin, a monk who spoke of an ancient energy source known as the heart of the earth. Intrigued, Elena explored the monastery's archives, uncovering manuscripts detailing the harnessing of geothermal energy. The messages provided the necessary scientific data to locate and tap into this energy source. Elena and Tenzin worked together, combining spiritual practices with cutting-edge technology to access and distribute this clean, sustainable energy. The crisis was averted, and the world witnessed the potential of blending ancient wisdom with scientific innovation. Dr. Elena Martinez became a global icon, her journey inspiring a new era of collaboration between science and tradition. The messages from the future remained a mystery, but their impact was undeniable. Elena continued her research, always listening for the echoes of time, ready to bridge the past and the future to protect humanity. Her story became a testament to the power of knowledge, unity, and the timeless connection between science and folklore. As she gazed at the stars, Elena knew that the journey had only just begun, and the Chronicles of tomorrow held endless possibilities.